What's up with y'all? How you guys making out? I admit, feels good to be back. Feel good to be back.
That's to everybody, and to especially the ladies. We have flowers for you, so if you can bring the house lights up just a little bit, we got some flowers for the women, see? This is our way of saying thank you. Here you go, man. Right on. Now, see, we went to Africa and got those flowers. Those flowers got a curse on them. All the women that got flowers, for some reason, you can't help but say yes. A whole lot of kisses and a whole lot of touches. Thank you very kindly. I can remember at the beginning of the set when we spoke of a group of young men originating out of Cincinnati, Ohio. We failed to mention names. We didn't give you any names, any birth signs, anything of that sort. Sometimes we don't have time to go into that. But what we feel that is extremely necessary and what we must do each and every night is to introduce to you Boots' Rubber Band Singers. So if you will, ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause first of all for Bone. Bone, Boots' Rubber Band Singers. Bone. And his partner, Peanut. Peanut, we love y'all.
I'd rather be with you. Yeah, I'd rather be with you. I'd rather be with you. Yeah, I'd rather be with you.
Till I'm dead. Oh yes, I do. I'd rather be with you until that day will fly away. I just love that smiling face in her early side. I can have you to myself, then life's so fine.
I'd rather be with you.
Oh baby, yeah, I'd rather be with you.
I'd rather be with you.
Yeah, I'd rather be with you. I want to hold your hand if I can, just realize. I want to be your friend, not now and then, but until the end. I just love the way you act, and that's fact.
I want to be your
Number one, so yes to that. Oh, I just like to say that, oh man, long time.
baby, yeah.
I know you may think I'm trying to be funny, baby. I'm really serious. Oh. It's a cold, cold world, baby.
I'd
really rather be with you, baby.
I just rather be with you.
Let me just take my time, baby. And show you how much I love you. I'd like to just play for you on my space base. Is it all right? Okay, in order to do that, y'all got to give me the funk in order for me to give you the funk. So let's pop our fingers right here. Quiet, fellas, real down. I want to hear the pops. Shh. I'm gonna take you there, baby. You know that place I was telling you about? Huh. I'm gonna take you there. Just keep popping your fingers, baby. And I'm gonna cream. You're gonna see me coming. I'm gonna come all in your face, baby. Hold on, baby. Pop on, baby. Watch out. I'm gonna take it there, baby. Watch out. take you there? Can I take you there, baby? Okay, keep popping. I ain't through yet. Give me them pops. We just about there. We're gonna nut this time, okay? Is it all right? We're gonna nut. We're gonna come at the same time. Be all right, baby. I just like to talk to you for a while.
I'd rather be with you. Yeah, I do. I'd rather be with you. Yeah.
I do admit it feels good to be back. Can y'all see me all the way down here? How you guys doing? I miss you degenerates. Well, not all of you are degenerates, but for the most part, a lot of you are degenerates. So what's going on? Hold on, I'm looking for something here. There we go. It's a little bright. We got to fix the coloring around here. By the way, I decided that I am going to get rid of the glitch sound. So what's good? What's going on with you guys? Here, let me fix the chat. See what's going on here. Things are still a little bit janky, but for the most part, we're making some nice leeway here with, you know, some things. So what's up? We're waiting for the Joe Smith versus Maxim Vlasov and Richard Commey versus Jackson Marinez, and Lou DeBella is going to be on the call too. So what's up? It's going to be busy, man. It's going to be busy. It's going to be busy like the next several weeks. So we're here. All right? So we're going to be covering a lot of boxing and a lot of other shit too. So basically, I'm trying to figure out where to begin. Hold on. Let me share all this shit around. It's a little bit of a shit show right now. I guess you can consider this kind of like the season premiere. So we're waiting for Joe Smith and the Zoom call to start. Let's see. Damn it. Doing everything wrong. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Yeah. We got some shit going on, man. But let me share the links first. Shit, give me a minute. Who's on my back? So it's going to be starting at any moment. Oh, there they are. They're starting. Hold on. Let's go. All right, hold on. They're starting. Join with computer audio. Yeah, we'll do that. Here, hold on. Give me a minute. Let me do some shit. In the background. Audio settings. Speaker. Yeah, that's straight. It's the right one, right? my microphone. Yes, my microphone is on.
Hold on. Put down the audio and then I'll switch to you.
Cool, 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 cool. All right, we straight. So this is live.
Welcome, everybody, to our first Top Rank's first World Championship event of 2021. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I know it's been a long wait, but I think this is well worth it. We returned to action from the MGM Grand Bubble Saturday night, live on ESPN in the US and Box Nation in the UK, with a great, great main event. Joe Smith Jr. against Maxim Vlasov for the vacant WBO light heavyweight championship of the world. In the co-main event, an excellent lightweight matchup between Richard Commey in his first bout since losing the world title to Teofimo Lopez against Jackson Marinez, who you also a few months ago get the short end of a stick in an extraordinarily controversial decision loss against Rolando Romero. So those will be the top two fights on ESPN, but we also have a bunch of great fights underneath that, including a highly anticipated heavyweight matchup between, I think in everybody's opinion, one of the sports, if not the sport's top young heavyweight prospect, Jared Anderson, 7-0, 7 knockouts. And this is a fight that he asked for. He asked Top Rank for it, and he's received it. Kingsley eBay, who was 2-0-1 in the bubble last year, became a cult favorite, a fan favorite inside the bubble. In his last two fights, he defeated the previously undefeated Patrick Mailata. And then in his last bout, he held 2016 Olympian Guido Vianello, big heavyweight prospect, to a draw. Many people thought he won that fight. Jared still said, bring on Kingsley eBay. So he asked for it. We gave it to him. And just as I said, a reminder, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on ESPN. All the undercard action will take place beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific time. A lot of great prospects, including Eric Puente, in action on the ESPN Plus undercard stream. So before we get to the main event and co-main fighters, we have the heavyweight sensation from Toledo, Ohio, Jared, the real Big Baby Anderson.
Thanks. Oh.
Correct, the real Big Baby, not Big Baby, because I know there's been multiple Big Babies, so he wants to set the record straight. He
JC donated $5
today,
to T
so
Street.
I'm going to open it up to
Till
Jared.
this day. Till this
I mean,
day.
we talked about this
Bomb Squad.
before, Jared.
Oh, yes. Till this
you had a
day.
big
Till
big 2020, sort of garnered a lot of attention for sparring with Tyson Fury, knocking out everybody you faced.
Thanks,
What
bro.
are you looking to accomplish here?
Shit's a little janky around here. My bad.
I'm looking to be dominant. I'm looking to get the best fights. I want to beat prospects. I don't want to beat bums or anybody who hasn't fought anybody. I want to fight people who have good backgrounds, good pedigrees, amateur champions, things of that nature. So I'm looking to prove myself all this 2021. Ready for whatever.
And thank you, everybody, for joining us on the call. You've been through this before, but in case you've forgotten, please use the raise hand button on the Zoom to ask questions. If you cannot figure that out, please message me privately in the group, but not to everybody. Just message me, and I will put you in the queue as well. But preferably use the raise hand button in order to ask questions. If you cannot figure out either of those methods, you can text me, but I prefer you not because I have enough things going on here without getting a bunch of text messages. So we will kick things off. First question will come from the man who figured out how to raise his hand first, JR Bell. JR, I'm going to unmute you and please ask your question when ready.
I think the small chat down there better,
Hey,
right?
what's going on,
That way we can
Jared?
use both screens.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing all right. Seeing that you're, coming from Toledo, that's a, very historical boxing city there. Like, how is it, coming from that particular city and working with the coaches there, like your coach, Derry Riley?
It's great. I love the atmosphere, really. My city is a big boxing city, so it's really second nature. Love all the love and support I get. And my coach, of course, is the best coach in the city. That's why I got with him. But he also started me, so it's a loyalty thing for me and him. But it's a lot of good coaches in the city. I respect all of them. take advice from them. They all look out and help out with help out with different tips and things of that nature. But my coach, to me, is the best, and we get the job done. So I love it. I love it there.
I mean, I've talked with him recently, and he said like you've gone back and forth between Toledo and I think it's Houston right now. So how has that, been going with that schedule?
It's been good. I actually just recently moved to Houston, so now I reside there to make it permanent. I had to get out the city, just a lot of distractions. Want to stay focused and better myself. It's a lot of different opportunities in Houston, so. Yeah, I moved there, but it's been good though. I've been getting some good work and things like that. So I'm also working with my strength coach more often. So we got a lot more things coming.
And thank you very much, JR. I think one of Jared's camp partners was in the background. Yep, just walking around. And JR mentioned that he's just moving to.
I'm fixing stuff Houston, up in the background
full time. But I think once we get fans back, he'll be able to sell a lot of tickets over in Toledo. Once we can get full crowds back here into stands. Our next question comes from Jake Donovan from Boxing Scene. Jake, please go ahead when ready.
Thank you very much, Evan. Jared, thank you very much for doing this call. Looking forward to seeing you back in the bubble this weekend. I wanted to ask, what was it about Kingsley Ebe that you really, really wanted this fight? Because it's not just an opponent they offer to you. This is something I know you've targeted for a while.
He's an opponent who actually has heart, who wants to fight. Is not going to just lay down. He's going to actually fight, and he has something for me. So I love to prove a point and make a statement with him.
Okay. What did you think of his bubble performances that you've seen? I know you've seen a few of them up close and personal.
Yeah, I think he was a fighter. I mean, like I said, I want to prove a point. So I'm tired of everybody coming in on Top Ranks post saying that I'm fighting bums and fighting people who just want to lay down. So I'm looking to fight somebody who they think and started to enjoy watching him fight, so I could pick him apart and win the fight easily. Then they'll see that I'm really the best prospect there is.
Definitely. And I know you have a different opinion of the opposition you faced than, maybe some of your critics, but where would you rank Kingsley compared to the guys you have faced?
Top, for sure. I think he's definitely better than every person I've fought.
Yeah. Okay. And then, Evan, can I ask one more question?
Yeah. Yes. One more, Jake. Sure.
Okay. Thanks, Jared. I did want to ask, what has it been like for you? I mean, literally more than half of your career has now taken place in the bubble. Like, did you ever envision like this is how, the early stages of your career would play out?
Not even close. But I'm not upset with it. I'm actually really blessed and happy to be as active as I am, especially being with all that's going on. So, I didn't imagine it, but I can't be mad at it at all.
Thank you very much, Jake. And our next question will come from Jeremy Harridges. Jeremy, please unmute and go ahead when ready.
Hi, Jared. Looking at Kingsley's last fight with Guido Vianello, I was curious to hear what you thought about his performance and what did that tell you about Kingsley Ebe as a fighter? I
picked it apart. I dissected it myself. I didn't think it was too great of a performance. Seeing he got tired and think that he could have done a lot of different things. But, I mean, hey, that's what I plan to show myself. So I don't want to tell everybody my game plan, but just know that I didn't think it was that great of a performance, and it definitely can be dismantled easily.
You're a young fighter early on into your career. You're already rated 38th in the heavyweight division by BoxRec.com. Do you have a timeline in your head when you could see yourself entering a top 20 or even a top 10 type scenario?
2021. That sounds about right.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. And next, we're going to go across the pond to our friends at Pro Boxing Fans, Jonathan Nagyoff. Sorry. Please go ahead when ready, sir.
Cheers, Evan. Hey, Jared. Just a quick one from me. I just want to know what you're going to show us that's different this year in 2020. You had a great 2021, rather. You had a great 2020. Do you want to show us anything different, or is it going to be the same Jared Anderson we saw in 2020?
I mean, the only difference I have to show is the diversity of myself. I think I kind of show some of that with Rodney Hernandez. You know, I showed I can box on my back foot. I'm still a puncher though. I do like coming forward, but if I need be, I can box. So I plan to show that more and show that I can actually pick opponents apart and not just be one-dimensional. So that's what I plan to show all 2021.
Do you want rounds at all this year? You yet to go past 4 rounds so far. Do you want to bank those rounds, or are you happy just to get the stoppage wins?
I'm happy to get the stoppage wins. I know I'm in shape. Me and my strength coach, strength and conditioning coach, we know what we have in the tank. So I'm happy to get the stoppages. I'm not too much worried about the rounds at this point.
Cheers, Jared.
Thank you, Jonathan. We got a couple more minutes with Jared. So please, anybody wants to ask a question, raise. We got one final one because we have Jackson Marinez. Okay, Luke Kettle. Actually, raising your hand in the video does not count. Please use the raise hand mechanism. They just makes it a lot easier. We do have a question from Crystal Hart. Crystal, please go ahead when ready.
Hi, Jared. I'm out here in Warren, Youngstown area right now in Ohio. So it's pretty cold out here. What we wanted to ask you is, I just want to know what your thoughts are on the heavyweight division, because it's been since the Klitschko's sort of stepped down, it's pretty wide open. And what are your thoughts on this division?
I think it's pretty wide open. Other than the top 3 fighters, everything else is just a toss-up and up for debate. That's where I come in and plan to be in that top 4 now, hopefully before their reign is over with. But if they happen to go before then so be it. That just means it's more room for me. But I plan to be in the top 4 of those Anthony Joshua's, Deontay Wilder's, and, Tyson Fury. So it's like you said, pretty wide open.
My bad, that's me.
I don't see anybody stopping me or anybody that puts a big hole in my plans.
Thank you very much, Crystal. And we're gonna let Jared go because we have. So Jared, thank you again so much for joining us today. Again, Kingsley eBay. It's going to be a Saturday night in the ESPN Plus portion. He's looking to go 8-0 with his 8th knockout. So Jared, thank you so much for joining us today, and we will see you Saturday night, sir.
See you Saturday night.
Thanks, Jared. All right. So now we have Jackson Marinez on the line with us. A heads up to everybody. We also have Gardy Lopez here who will handle the translating. So please wait for him to translate. If you ask a question in Spanish, again, please wait for Gardy to translate so that way the English speakers on here can get their answers in as well. So I'm going to start off. Jackson, welcome, and please can you tell us how excited you are for this opportunity. Getting it so soon after that Rolando Romero fight that so many people thought you won. Gardy?
I'm here.
Yes. Can you please ask him how excited he is to have this opportunity so soon after that Rolando Romero fight?
Jackson, la pregunta es, ¿cómo te sientes emocionado de tener esta oportunidad tan temprano luego de la pelea contra Romero?
Bueno, primeramente, gracias, muy buena tarde, gracias por la invitación. Me siento bien, me siento súper emocionado por la gran oportunidad que se nos ha brindado, por la nueva puerta que se nos ha abierto después de lo sucedido en mi anterior pelea.
I'm trying to fix these chats.
First of all, good afternoon to everyone. I'm very excited for this opportunity. I'm ready to go after what happened in my last fight.
Okay, and again, everybody, please use the raise hand feature or send me a direct message on the chat, and we will get you in the queue to ask questions. So first, we are going to go to Ivan Montiel. Ivan, please go ahead when ready. Ivan.
Buen día, campeón. La pregunta que te quería hacer es sobre esta pelea contra Richard Commey. Vimos la última pelea que tuviste entre Rolando Romero. No salieron las cosas como debían de salir, pero salieron ahora buenas oportunidades contra Richard Commey. Así que te felicito por eso y quiero saber qué tú piensas de Richard Commey y qué esperas esa noche de Richard Commey.
Bueno,
Sí, déjame primero traducir la pregunta para que entonces tú contestes. The question is, so things didn't go as planned against Romero. Now you are facing Commey. What can fans expect of you against Commey? Jackson, ya puede contestar.
Es como se nos ha abierto nuevas oportunidades después de lo sucedido, que no sucedió lo que tenía que suceder, ya todo el mundo vio lo que pasó, pero eso es ahora. Te esperamos un Richard Commey que venga con buenas condiciones. Sabemos que es un buen peleador, no lo subestimamos en nuestra preparación. Tenemos bien pendiente que tiene bastante experiencia, es un boxeador que va a llevar nuestro nivel al máximo, lo va a exigir al máximo. Pienso que será un excelente combate.
You know, I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Things didn't go as planned in my last fight, but you know, I know that Richard Commey is gonna bring the best out of me, and I'm ready for him to do that and, you know, get the win on Saturday against Commey.
Thank you very much, Ivan. And now we're going to go back to JR Bell. JR, please unmute and ask your question when ready, sir.
Hello, Jackson. Given that you're facing a former IBF world champion in Richard Commey, do you think a win puts you right back into the world title picture since you had your shot against Rolando Romero, but you could get right back with a win?
Que si piensas que una victoria contra Commey te pondría en posición para pelear por un título mundial, dado ya que pues Commey pues ha sido campeón mundial y a pesar de lo que pasa en tu última pelea, pues una victoria entre Commey pues te pone en esa posición de pelear por un título.
Sí, eso tenemos bien pendiente, por eso hemos tomado este gran reto como la pelea de nuestra carrera, ¿me entiendes? Es lo que nos catapulta. Ganándole a Richard Commey nos pone ya entre los niveles grandes de las 135 libras, que es una categoría que está bastante activa, una categoría que está bastante caliente, y saliendo airoso de este compromiso, pienso yo que estaríamos ya entre esos planos de los grandes peleadores.
You know, that's the reason why we took this fight, because we know that
I like this fight.
Commey is a big challenge. She's going to be possibly the right now is going to be the biggest fight of my career. But I took the risk because I know that by beating him, it will catapult me to a world title opportunity. And, you know, that's what we're working hard for.
All right. Again, everybody, if you want to ask a question, please, you can send me a direct message in the chat, or you can use the raise hand button.
I'm going to send him
on your Zoom in order to do so.
Send me a question. I can't.
Here. You know, Jackson, I know there was a lot of, Guardia, you could translate. I know there was a lot of back and forth between.
My setup's not ready yet for me to ask a question on here. It's going to be feedback. If you got any questions you want me to ask, I can type it to him and he'll ask it on air. This is live. So if you have a question, let me know and I'll type it to him. But I'm doing things in the background, so that's why I'm fucking with shit.
Pero nunca se dio. Que si puedes dar entonces tu versión de qué exactamente fue lo que sucedió después de esa pelea.
Sí, claro. Después de lo que sucedió, mi equipo, mi manejador y yo y el equipo tuvimos
buscando
la revancha, que nos dieron la revancha.
This is a first live run.
Y no nos dieron la revancha. Incluso contactamos con la AMB y se analizaron la pelea, dijeron que iban a dar una revancha mandatoria y no nos dieron nada de qué hablar sobre la revancha. Eso se cayó automáticamente. Se nos presentó una buena oportunidad que fue esta pelea con Richard Commey y y sí después que salga a la luz todo esto, estoy escuchando en las redes sociales que ellos sí nos ofrecieron la revancha, y eso es mentira. Nosotros nunca nos ofrecieron la revancha.
You know, after the last fight, you know, a lot went down, a lot of back and forth, like you mentioned, went down. I tried to get my team and we went after the rematch, and we even spoke with the WBA, you know, for them to mandate a rematch, but that never happened. And then after a little bit, we got offered this fight, which was a big opportunity, and we took it. And after we took this fight, that's when they started talking about saying that they have offered me a rematch against Romero, but that never happened.
Well, thank you for setting the record straight there, Jackson. We're going to go back to Ivan Montiel. Ivan, one more question from you, sir.
Hablando de una posible revancha contra Rolando Romero, si salen todas las cosas buenas con tu pelea entre Richard Commey, ¿quisieras esa revancha y es posible que se pueda hacer esa revancha?
Mira, nosotros ahora mismo yo no tengo esa revancha como una prioridad. Sí la quiero, pero no la tengo como una prioridad, ya que ganándole a Richard Commey, ya el mundo sabe que se me abrirían nuevas oportunidades, incluso oportunidades mucho más grandes, quizá título más grande. Eso entonces estaría de parte de hablar con mi equipo, con mi manejador, y ver qué nos ofrecen, pero ahora mismo no lo tengo como una prioridad, sino ver hacia adelante, hacia un futuro, pasándole a Richard Commey.
You know, after I beat Commey, you know, I have another priority right now. Like, if I beat Commey, I feel that will put me in another position to fight for another title. You know, I still want the rematch against Romero, but it will not be a priority for me right now. I will look for, you know, bigger challenges and bigger matches to get bigger purses and, you know, and get more world titles opportunities.
All right. Thank you so much, Ivan. And we've got a question from Jeremy Harridges. Jeremy, I'm going to unmute you. Please go ahead when ready.
Hi, Jackson. Not to harp too much on the Rolando Romero fight, but looking at Romero, his style, the way he comes forward, heavy hands, do you feel like he was the perfect warm-up for a fighter like Richard Commey, who's known for his power?
¿Cómo te estás preparando para Richard Commey, sabiendo que a diferencia de Romero también tiene mucha pegada?
Bueno, nos estamos preparando al 100, nos estamos preparando bien concentrados, bien, tratando de minimizar cualquier tipo de errores que tengamos, que hayamos cometido en nuestra pelea anterior, no subestimándolo sobre todo, y bien concentrados. Estamos ya al 100, como se dice, estamos al 100, estamos bien preparados para darle un excelente combate y salir de nuestro compromiso.
I'm very well prepared for this fight. You know, I'm 100% focused on my opponent, and you know, we have worked very hard and not underestimating Commey. We know what we're going against for. So you know, I'm preparing very well. I feel 100%, and my eyes are on the target.
Thank you, and best of luck on Saturday.
And I think we got one more question here. I see Richard Commey is early and on time, like a true champ. Thank you, Richard. We got one more question. I believe J.R. Bell has another question. J.R., unmute and go ahead for Jackson when ready.
Given that you'll be here on the Top Rank card on ESPN, how does it feel being like featured in these previous two fights, like with a lot of eyes, excuse me, on you through the television screen for these fights?
¿Cómo te sientes al saber que vas a tener tantos ojos mirándote en esta cartelera que va por ESPN? ¿Qué tipo de reacción merece eso?
Bueno, me siento súper emocionado, la verdad que me siento súper emocionado, súper agradecido por la gran oportunidad y sabiendo que todo todo un país me va a ver, todo el mundo, todos los fans que ahora me siguen, que están preguntando cuál iba a ser mi próxima pelea, que están pendientes a lo que es la carrera ahora mismo de Jackson Marinez. Me siento súper emocionado por eso.
I'm very excited for this fight because I know that my whole country will be watching, the whole world will be watching, and I'm very excited for this big opportunity, knowing that I'm gonna have a lot of eyeballs watching, and that's what I'm gonna put a great performance.
Thank you very much. I think Mike, you got a question. You should be unmuted, so please unmute and then ask your question when ready.
All right, thank you. Jackson, el pregunto es que después del pelea con Romero, como era de cerca y controversial, pues ellos decían que tenías la oportunidad de una revancha, no salió así, pero ganas otra gran oportunidad con un ex campeón del mundo en Richard Commey. ¿Qué es el sentido, pues, de ganar una otra oportunidad después de un robo, pues, con Rolando Romero?
Bueno, es algo emocionante, como lo dije, esto fue que Dios no quiso que pasara. La cosa siempre pasa porque Dios siempre tiene un propósito mayor y si no pasó eso con Romero era porque él no tenía algo mucho mejor más adelante y eso es lo que se está viendo ahora mismo, que se nos presentó una gran oportunidad con un buen boxeador, con un boxeador buen experimentado como es Richard Commey.
The question was about the rematch against Romero, but then getting the big opportunity against Commey. He said Romero said that he's very fortunate for this big opportunity to present himself. He knows that he wanted the win against Romero, but it didn't happen, and things happen for a reason. He believes that God has a bigger purpose for him, and it's showing right now because he has this big opportunity against Commey on Saturday.
All right. Thank you so much, Jackson, for joining us today. We will see you in Las Vegas very shortly. So thank you so much for taking the time to speak with all the reporters today. Jackson, buena suerte. Gardy, thank you so much for translating. And we will now proceed with the other half of our co-main event.
So what's up with y'all?
Former IBF lightweight.
We're gonna talk about everything after
his first
this.
bout since that December 2019 showdown against Teofimo Lopez.
I'm exhausted.
But he's back and he's ready to prove that he's once again
been up all night doing this nerd shit.
Ready for a world title shot. So please,
2 days straight.
Welcome Richard Commey. Richard.
And we're only halfway through.
14 or so months.
All right, shut up.
Months since you've been
shut
out
up, y'all.
of the ring. Can you talk to us I know obviously the pandemic's happened and it's happened to everybody, but can you talk about what you've been up to in these last 14 months and what you're looking to show the fans in your big return to the ring?
Yeah, since after the fight with Teofimo, went back home, and then very unfortunately the breakout of the COVID, so I was back home, training a little bit, keeping in shape because I know we're on the lockdown. So as a boxer, you always have to keep fit. So training a little bit till I go back in August. So I go back in August, and then I started working out, and there was I got a date, and then so yeah.
Well, thank you, Richard. And also joining us is Richard's promoter, the International Boxing Hall of Famer, Lou DiBella. Lou, I know I think you just joined in the middle of Richard's question, but from your perspective, how did you, and your team sort of, work to regroup? And I know Mickey, Richard's manager, is on the call as well. Following that setback against Teofimo Lopez, or what was the strategy in terms of getting Richard back in a meaningful fight? And going from there.
Well, we still believe Richard Commey could be champion again. And I know Richard believes he could be champion again. We had built into our deal when we fought Teofimo a fight, win, lose, or draw afterward with Top Rank. And my conversations with Top Rank basically involved, wanting to make a significant fight for Richard that could help elevate him to championship level stuff in the future. In order to do that, you have to fight a championship level guy. And everyone on our team had reviewed Marinez's last fight. I don't think there was any of us that believed he had lost. I think Marinez should be undefeated. I think he absolutely himself is a championship caliber fighter, but I think he's someone that Richard will beat. And we wanted Richard to get the most significant fight we could make for him. That's what the Marinez fight is. It's on a terrific card. I'm a huge Joe Smith fan. And I think it'll be a great opportunity for Richard to reestablish himself as what we all know he is, which is one of the best lightweights in the world.
Thank you, Lou. And Lou will be on with us during the Commey Q&A portion. So if you have questions for Lou as well, he's unmuted and will be available to answer questions. We're going to lead things off with the Richard Commey part of the Q&A with Jake Donovan. Jake,
we're going to talk about everything after it's over.
Thank you very much, Evan. Richard, welcome back to the ring. Looking forward to seeing you this weekend. For you, how important was it for you to get a fight of this magnitude? Like, not just to take a tune-up fight, but to get, a fight of this significance.
How do y'all feel about the glitch sound?
Yeah, it's very important. Like, it always been a dream to be a two-time world champion. And ever since my loss, I've been wanting to come back. And it's a great fight for me to get back into the midst of it. The lightweight is packed. The lightweight is amazing. And, I always feel like whatever happens with two people, just one of those things happen. So as a true champion, all you got to do is to come back and come back strong. And I feel this is going to let me, once I win this fight, I'm going to be in the midst and then show the world that, yeah, it's not yet over. I still got a lot in the tank. Yep.
No doubt. And then I know it's always a risk. You take you're out of the ring for 14 months. You don't know what to expect on fight night. But what measures have you taken to make sure, to minimize any amount of ring rust that you'd be carrying into the ring?
Yeah, I came back and I've been working a lot. I've been in the ring, sparring the right guys, and been trying to be smart. So it's been great. I don't really feel
I hate that shit
like
to
I've
do.
been out for that long. Because I look great, I look sharp, I've been working on stuff in the gym, so I feel good.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, Richard. Welcome back, and look forward to seeing you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jake. And now we go ahead. Can we go ahead to J.R. Bell? J.R., unmute, and please go ahead and ready.
Now, following up with your preparation for this fight against Jackson Marinez, you said that you've been in the gym working out, sparring and things like that. Like, how long did it take for you to kind of be comfortable in the gym? Like, you didn't have to shed that much weight or anything like that to be ready for this fight?
Well, when you're working, always you're in the gym. It doesn't take much long to be in shape. And you got great guy like Andre, Gary, working, having time with you to prepare. All you got to do is just turning up. Once I had the fight, once I had the day for the fight, just turning up and then be preparing. I'm always, whenever I'm not doing anything, back home in Ghana, I always do stuff. I don't try to be out of shape too much. So, it's always great. This is boxing. This is what I do. So, it is what it is, and I feel good.
Gotcha. And a question for Lou DiBella there. Seeing that you have Commey in here in this particular fight, what do you feel like he could be in position for in the future if he gets this win? If it's like an immediate title shot or something else to kind of keep him busy in 2021?
I think if he beats a fighter as good as Marinez and shows the whole world that he's back to where he was, I think that there are loads of, it's a very talent-rich, star-rich division with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney sitting there. There's Teofimo Lopez still sitting there, though I think that's the most unlikely situation. But there are a lot of other quality lightweights and guys holding belts and championship caliber fighters. And I think, if Richard wins a fight of this significance, he's certainly not going to go to something less significant.
He's ranked number 6 by the
Any more
WBC.
questions, JR, before we let you go? Nope. All right. So now we're going to go to Ivan Montiel. Ivan, please unmute and go ahead when ready.
Good day, Commey. Good to see you back. everyone's talking about your opponent, Marinez, and his last fight against Romero. Your thoughts on that fight, and what can you expect from Marinez going into this fight?
I think, yeah, watching that fight, I think, he did what he had to do, and I feel like he won that fight as well. But yeah, it is sometimes, stars bring fights. So, what I mean? He did what he had to do, but it's all about me, Romero anymore. And, what I mean? I've been in there, and I feel like, yeah, this is the right time for me. Just definitely, it's all about winning, and, we work on what we got to do in the gym. So on the night, definitely, I'm going to show that I belong there, and definitely the win is mine.
All roads lead to Rolly.
Also, you have a lot to prove now that you're back, and based on what happened in your last fight. So, do you want to put a statement, make a statement against Marinez? Do you want to go for the knockout? You want to show the world?
Boxing, like I always said, in my entire career, I never tried to go into the ring trying to knock anyone out. I never planned that. I just go in there, work on things that I work in the gym, and work out, do what I have to do. And if the knockout comes, it always comes as a bonus. And I thank God if knockout comes, you know what I mean? But definitely, I'm just going there. This is a 10-round fight, and I'm ready to do 10 rounds. So whatever comes before or after, it's all about winning. And whichever way it comes, I'm gonna win. That's all.
All right. Any final questions for Richard before he goes, or for Lou DiBella? Please again raise hand or send me a private message in the chat, and we will get we'll get to that. Richard, while we wait a couple last questions, do you think too much was made out of the TV?
I got Rolly
it was sort of
by upset.
Got caught in the second round, and the fight was sort of over shortly after that. Do you think too much is made of the loss, and what do you hope to prove to people that maybe doubt you coming off that fight?
Well, I don't really have to prove much, because we all see what happened. And on that fight, I thought the referee should have given me a little bit of time. But, whatever happens, it happens. You know what I mean? And this is boxing. Big champions always go down. Muhammad Ali, and even recent, we have Anthony Joshua going through the same thing, but he come back great. So I don't really have anything to prove. I'm just coming back to do what I got to do by staying sharp and, staying focused just to win this fight. And then, everyone knows what I can do. So there's no point for me to prove anything. I'm just coming in there, being relaxed, try to take my time and win it right by round. And then we'll see what happens in the future, as Lou DiBella said.
Thank you. And a couple more questions for Richard before we go. Jeremy Harridges. Jeremy, you're unmuted. Please go ahead.
Hi, Richard. Hi, Lou. I talked to Richard some time ago at length. So this question's for you, Lou. Looking at the landscape of the lightweight division, there's some great knockout punchers, but I would say the one thing with Richard is, he's one of the best with 81% KO rating. Do you think that he's one of, if not the best knockout puncher in the division? And how do you think his power stacks up to some of the other fighters?
Well,
I'm sorry, that was for Lou.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm going to unmute Lou right now. Lou, you should be unmuted. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. Look, Richard is a huge puncher, but as you saw in the Teofimo Lopez fight, if you get caught with a big punch you don't see coming, it's a problem. But Richard's punching power is potentially a problem for anybody. I think his punching power is right at the top of the division in that same kind of level as Lopez's, honestly. I think Richard has the ability to take you out with a combination or with one punch. And I think that that's an element of his game. I also think he's a really fine boxer. What happened in the Teofimo Lopez fight was sort of a worst case scenario for us is, I think that he had a good round and was getting a little bit comfortable, and then something got thrown that he didn't see coming. And by the way, as we learned subsequent to Richard's knockout, Teofimo Lopez is a hell of a fighter. But Richard Commey is a hell of a fighter himself, a hell of a puncher, and has the ability to damage anybody at lightweight.
I'm a hell of a fighter too.
Thank you, Lou, and best of luck, Richard.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lou, and thank you, Richard, for joining us today. Richard, before we let you go, do you have any final statements you want to say to the fans and to the media before we see you in Las Vegas?
Yeah, first off, I want to thank Lou DiPella for everything. I want to thank my managers, Michael Amubidiako, for being there for me right from the beginning. Kate Clooney, my team, Andre, Gary, and all the guys at the gym. We've been working so hard, and I thank them for all the workout they give me and everything. God bless us all, and can't wait to win again. Can't wait to come back into winning ways, and then we look forward to what the 2021 for us. God bless us all.
Hey, well, Richard, thank you so much for joining us today. And I know everybody at Top Rank, we're looking forward to seeing you again soon, my friend. So best of luck, and we'll see you in Las Vegas, sir.
Thank you.
Richard.
God bless.
Bye, Richard. All right. Thank you. And that was Richard Commey, former IBF lightweight world champion, on the line with us. And so we are now going to move to the main event portion of our broadcast of our call. But before we do that, we have the president of Top Rank, Mr. Todd DeBuff, on the line. So Todd, can you talk about, obviously this is a significant fight, but the big picture.
I thought they were going to go on a break.
The Joe Smith, Maxim
the main
Vlasov
event is next.
Means and what this could ultimately lead to as we progress in 2021.
Yeah, thanks, Evan. Thanks for everybody jumping on this. First of all, to start the year off with a fight of this magnitude and a show of this magnitude is tremendous. And we've obviously coming off a great string with record-breaking ratings, in the fourth quarter of last year. So, you have just a great match in the light heavyweight division. And as you can see that, again, two guys that are very telegenic. You have Better BF, who's in the wings, waiting with his fight that is scheduled for March, that is chomping at the bit to fight and unify. And I think one of the things we're seeing is as we saw with the conversation that we're talking about, Lou and Richard Commey were talking about, is guys coming together and bringing all the titles together on the line. So as they did with Teofimo and Loma, and hopefully we see with the big heavyweights, and maybe at 140 we're getting there, you're seeing this kind of come together. And this is a big step towards an exciting division. That we think that the titles could all come together and we can anoint one superstar. So terrific match. We've been waiting to do this match. Obviously, Maxim is not as well known in the United States as Joe Smith, and Joe's great performance that he had catapulted his career with the Bernard Hopkins fight really has made an indelible mark on people that know of him. I think Hopkins went out of the ring, and I think we're really he had a terrific performance last time against Alvarez in the bubble. So punchers, telegenic behavior, exactly what the fans want, and this is just the beginning of a great run for the light heavyweight division.
And thank you, Todd. We're just waiting Max's audio to come through. So as soon as Max's audio comes through on the Zoom, we can begin with his portion of the call. But Todd, while we wait for Max, we just had Richard Commey on. We just had Jackson Marinez on.
All right, let's talk for a little minute.
Lopez fight was bringing back Richard.
Hold on.
ESPN.
Still learning how to work all this crap. All right, let's talk for a minute. So I'm back. So I felt that this would be a good time and a good event to come back for some media Zoom that nobody gives a shit about. Between the fight and the card, I'm kind of interested in Joe Smith versus Maxim Vlasov for the vacant WBO 175-pound title. Then the return of Richard Commey. Did he have a fight after getting knocked out by Teofimo? Let me check real quick on the bot. Nope, his first fight back since getting knocked out by Teofimo. He's fighting Jackson Marinez, the guy who got robbed against the Rolly guy over on Showtime. Now he's over on Top Rank, said he turned down the Rolly rematch because he's getting a bigger fight with bigger money. Whatever. Tomorrow we have another Zoom call, and it's a matchroom joint. Them shits be like 3 hours long. And it's going to be with Josh Warrington versus Mauricio Lara, and God knows who else is on that goddamn card, right? There's another card this weekend, too, that should have a Zoom. It's going to be busy. It's going to be busy, 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 busy. Oh, the Golden Boy joint with Patriot Teixeira, Brian Castano, and Jojo Diaz versus Rock Matalyov. I forgot to butcher his name. But we're back. All right, we're back. You know, so this is my new setup. I'm getting rid of the glitch sound. Y'all like the glitch sound? Let's see if they're back. What are they talking about? They still yapping their gums? Hold on. I'm still learning how to work all this stuff. Let's see what they're doing. They still yapping?
Joe,
still yapping?
obviously this is a highly anticipated light heavyweight matchup. Joe has been with Joe Smith since basically
it's busy this weekend. It's busy this weekend. The next 2 weekends. 3.
What does this mean for you to sort of be there with Joe from the beginning, and as he's earned the second world title shot, and
shut up.
sort of can you talk about that journey that you two have gone through together?
Oh, sure. Look, it's a fantastic journey. It's great that
There's
we're
Joe DeGuardia.
able to culminate now and be in this kind of fight for the championship of the world. You know, when you have a guy who really resonates with the common person, the common fan, the working man, and you see how, you know, he's come up and now he's going to be fighting for the championship of the world on a mega event next week on ESPN. Seen by, I don't know, Todd will tell you how many people will ultimately be seen by, but we're talking about, you know, a massive audience and a massive opportunity for him. And it's great. It's a great feeling, especially when, you know, you work the way he worked through it, we worked through it. I mean, he came up a tough way on a hard fighting circuit here in New York, took the fights. He took every fight that we ever asked him. And now to see him reach the stage where he's recognized now as being, you know, one of the top, if not the top light heavyweight in the world, it's a great thing. And it's a testament to his hard work and grit. And because of that hard work and grit, it's really
Let's go be newsies. Who's up in here?
To see him get to that level. I love it, actually. It's fun to watch him fight. He's one of the few guys that really gets me thrilled to watch him fight.
Thank you, Joe. And I see Maxim Vlasov is on the line. Max, please unmute. Please unmute, and then we'll get to your portion of the Q&A. Max, perfect. All right. Thank you, Joe. Stay with us. Mr. DeGuardia will be with you, and Joe Smith. The two Joes join us in a few minutes. Welcome, everybody. Maxim Vlasov is here with us. We have Natalia on the line. She will translate everything from English to Russian for Max. So again, please just after you ask the question, give Natalia.
They're fighting for the title that Canelo vacated.
And then she will translate the answers back in English. Okay, so again, raise hand button or send me a private message in order to ask a question. But first, I'm going to start. Max, welcome.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Yeah, thank you, Max. And Max, we have Natalia to translate for you as well. So Natalia, can you ask Max, can Max put into words what this opportunity to fight for a world title means for him?
Добрый день, Макс. Привет, добро пожаловать. Вопрос такой, скажи, пожалуйста, что для тебя значит эта возможность бороться за звание чемпиона мира сейчас?
Ну, это огромный шанс для меня, и, скорее всего, это один из последних, потому что, ну, уже возраст, и у меня очень длинная карьера, много боев, поэтому это огромный шанс, который я собираюсь использовать, и я очень благодарен судьбе, что она мне дала этот шанс, и я готов к нему на 100%. Ну, это все, к этому я шел всю свою жизнь.
I speak fluent Russian. I'm going to translate for you guys after she's done.
This is a great chance for me,
let's see if
great
she's any good.
So just taking into account everything, my age, and that I've had a very lengthy and great career. I've had so many fights. And this time I'm grateful to my destiny that it presented such an opportunity for me. And I will do my best and will fight my best.
She did pretty good. She did pretty good.
To the first question, Keith Idek from Boxing Scene. Keith, please unmute and go ahead and ready, sir.
Yes, could you ask Max what he thought of Joe Smith's performance against Eleider Alvarez? And did Joe Smith do things in that fight that maybe surprised him in terms of how well he boxed and how, and everything he did against Alvarez to win that fight?
Скажи, пожалуйста, Макс, вспомни этот бой у Джо Смита вместе с Алварецом и по твоему мнению, сделал ли он что-то, применил ли он какие-то специальные технику, либо что-либо особенное для того, чтобы выиграть этот бой, и вообще, как он показал себя в этом бою?
На мой взгляд, что ничего особенного он там не показал. Он боксировал точно так же, как и всегда, как и во всех боях. Ну, может быть, немного агрессивнее, немного с большим напором, но каких-то новых личных там качеств он не показал. Здесь скорее было поражение Альвареса, то есть его ошибки. Он допускал очень много ошибок в этом бою и позволял делать Смиту то, что он хотел, то, что ему нужно было. Поэтому я считаю, что нет, Смит он достаточно простой боксер, то есть он действует достаточно прямолинейно, идет вперед, много атакует и тяжело и жестко. То есть все делает достаточно одинаково. Поэтому я не считаю, что здесь была чисто заслуга Смита. Больше здесь были недостатки Альвареса.
I don't think that Joe Smith did anything in particular to win the fight with Alvarez. It's not like he presented a new technique or did something outstanding or outrageous. I would rather say that Joe Smith was just fighting more on the offensive. He was more aggressive during that fight, but he was himself. So it's more like I would say that the mistakes that Alvarez did allowed Joe Smith to advance and to outbox Alvarez. And Smith is a very, very direct fighter. He's a very simple fighter and predictable. So he always the same. So that's why I believe that the mistakes of Alvarez allowed Joe Smith to win the fight.
Can you also ask him what he saw in the fight against between Joe Smith and
Sound like he just called him a bum.
Bivol obviously outboxed Joe Smith relatively easily.
А сейчас, пожалуйста, скажи, Максим, что ты заметил во время боя между Джо Смитом и Биволом, русским бойцом, что позволило Биволу победить настолько с легкостью победить Джо Смита в этом бою?
Но именно то, о чем я говорил, это прямолинейность Джо. Дмитрий, очень грамотно вел бой, он практически не делал то, что выгодно. То есть он не так много шел назад, а в основном смещался на ногах и дезориентировал Джо постоянно. Поэтому ему было достаточно просто боксировать с ним.
Again, I would say it's just the strength of Bivol. So Bivol he didn't step back ever. He didn't backpedal. He was standing toe to toe to Joe Smith, and he was strong. He was tough. That's why it was very easy for him to box with Joe Smith and to win.
Thank you very much, Keith. Now we're going to go back to the UK with Jonathan Nagyov. Jonathan, please unmute and go ahead and when ready, sir.
Hey, Max. Joe Smith told me that if he beats you, he wants to face Artur Beterbiev in a unification. Obviously, Dmitry Bivol is the other belt. Have you thought about the possibility of facing either one of them potentially in Russia? Is that extra motivation?
I apologize. Would you repeat the name of the first boxer you just mentioned before the Bivol? Who was that?
Yeah, Beterbiev and Bivol.
Okay. Значит, Максим, в интервью Джо Смит сказал, что он дальше есть планы у него после этого боя, а если он выиграет или проиграет, он хотел бы бороться с двумя другими сильнейшими бойцами, и в том числе опять с Биволом. Что ты можешь сказать по этому поводу? Может быть, ты хотел бы сам с ним встретиться? Какие шансы были бы в этом бою?
Во-первых, хочу сказать, что все эти планы преждевременны. Пусть сначала он пройдет меня, а потом уже будет думать о дальнейшем. Ну, как часто бывает, вот эти заглядывания за спину, так называемые, то есть они ни к чему хорошему не приводят. Поэтому я понимаю, что да, здесь я выступаю андердогом, и то есть на меня ставки небольшие, но я собираюсь всех удивить, и поэтому я бы не советовал ему сейчас думать о будущем. Пускай он подумает лучше о нашем бое. Вот. Поэтому, что касается боев там с Дмитрием Биволом и Артуром Бетербиевым, они чемпионы, и, естественно, я хотел бы с ними встретиться в случае победы над Джо, но я об этом сейчас не думаю. Я смотрю только на предстоящий бой с Джо и думаю только о нем. Поэтому здесь нельзя заглядывать, ну, как говорят в России, заглядывать за спину, то есть смотреть в будущее. Сейчас нужно сконцентрироваться именно на этом бое.
So I would advise Joe Smith to not look forward so far. He has to outbox or pass through me first, and then to plan his further fights. As I said already, I understand that in this particular fight with Joe Smith, I'm rather an underdog, yes, and nobody stakes on me much in this particular fight, but I'm gonna to take everybody by surprise. And then, yes, I might think about further fights, what to do next. To fight with these obvious champions, these great fighters, Artur Beterbiev or Bivol. So, but this is my next step. Right now, I'm fully focused on this upcoming fight with Joe Smith Jr.
Thank you. We have a couple more questions for Max because I see Joe Smith, I see Jerry Capabianco, Joe DeGuardia, the whole Long Island crew is in the chat, but we have a couple more questions for Max before we get to them. So J.R. Bell, please unmute and go ahead when ready, sir.
Yes, one question there. Coming at coming from the cruiserweight division, like how comfortable have you been here at light heavyweight, given your wins over the likes of Isaac Chilemba and Omar Garcia?
Значит, сейчас вопрос. Принимая во внимание то, что вы раньше боролись в тяжелом весе, в круизер весе, а сейчас вы перешли в легкий тяжелый вес. Насколько комфортно, Макс, ты себя чувствуешь в этой весовой категории, принимая во внимание твои победы, которые ты одержал в прошлом над такими бойцами, как Амар Гарсия?
Мои физические данные, так скажем, моя конституция, она не подходит для этого веса. Там люди все намного крупнее, мощнее физически. И да, я сделал попытку. В принципе, она была достаточно удачной, на мой взгляд. И я даже смог побороться там за временный титул WBO. Но все-таки в итоге я принял решение, что это не мой вес. И мне гораздо комфортнее боксировать именно в полутяжелом весе сейчас. Потому что здесь я могу быть, так скажем, более интересным боксером. Я могу делать те вещи, которые я не мог делать с лишним весом, который у меня был в крузервейте. Поэтому, да, здесь мне гораздо комфортнее, и я думаю, что бои мои интереснее в этом весе.
First of all, cruiserweight is not my original weight. I started as a middleweight fighter, and so later on, yes, I tried to move up to category, but it was rather an accident. So I even had an attempt to get a WBO temp title, and in the cruiserweight, and however, I don't think that this is a long-term objective for me, and I don't feel as comfortable as in light, heavyweight, and middleweight. As like this extra weight, if I take it off me, I can be a more interesting and a better fighter. So I'm sure that I will continue fighting in the light, heavyweight, and middleweight, rather than cruiserweight, because cruiserweight fighters are larger, like fighters, they're bigger, and it's not what I want to do in future.
Thank you. Oh, sorry, Max. Yep, you're saying.
Это вопрос к переводчику. Просто про middleweight немножко некорректно. Я не собираюсь боксить с middleweight. Just.
I apologize. So I made a mistake. So I said that Max will continue middleweight, and he just corrected me that no, I'm not gonna do middleweight. It was the beginning of my career only, so it will be light heavyweight only.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Max, and thank you, Natalia, for translating. So that will end the Maxim Vlasov portion of the call. But before we go,
I covered
Max,
him in the World Boxing Super Series. I forgot.
The fans and the media as we await your title shot. Natalia, just ask him if he has any final thoughts.
My memory's so shit.
Макс, скажи, пожалуйста, у вас есть какие-то еще заключительные мысли, которые ты хотел бы выразить для прессы? Ну вот скажи что-нибудь, если у тебя есть что им сейчас сказать.
Хочу сказать, что независимо от результата, я считаю себя уже победителем, и вот этот бой, который состоится, то это для меня уже это огромная победа в моей карьере.
Joe Smith had Bivol questioning his humanity and his whole existence with one punch.
Участвую в этом поединке, и я хочу сказать, что отдам всего себя для победы и постараюсь провести титул домой. Вот. И хочу сказать тем, кто не верит в меня и считает меня андердогом в этом бою, что вы сильно ошибаетесь, вы, наверное, не все понимаете. Понятно, что бой будет сложный, и Смит очень сильный соперник для меня, но я собираюсь, как я говорил, собираюсь удивить всех.
Yes, I would like to say that I am happy that I have this opportunity to fight this fight with Joe Smith. I consider myself the winner up front. I feel as one, and I understand that the fight will be tough. But I'm happy, again, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to fight this fight. And if anybody is defying me, as I said before, I will surprise you all.
Thank you, Max. Thank you, Natalia. We will see you all at the press conference on Thursday. And again, thank you very much, and we'll see you then. And now we're going to move over to the other half of this main event with the blue collar hero from Long Island, Mr. Joe Smith Jr. Joe, are you there, sir?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, yes, I hear you, Joe. There you are.
You guys hear?
Yes, I can hear you, Joe. Joe, welcome. And it's been, I don't know, almost 2 years, about 2 years since your last world title opportunity. How excited are you to once again get a crack at a light heavyweight world title?
I mean, I'm very excited. This is what we all work for.
Yes, that is true, and I think you showed that with your wins, two upset wins. I don't know, Joe. The bookmakers don't seem to like Joe Smith because against Jesse Hart and against Eleider Alvarez, he was the betting underdog, and proved the odds makers wrong once again. Also, again, everybody, same thing. Raise hand button or message me privately if you have a question. Joe Smith is on the line, Joe DeGuardia is on the line, and Todd the Buffer on the line. So whomever you'd like to ask a question, just please let me know, and we will get to that. Our first question comes from Jeremy Harridges. Jeremy, please unmute and go ahead.
Hi, Joe. Thank you for taking the time. I'm curious about how familiar are you with Maxim Vlasov? How much film have you studied, and are there any particular fights that you've paid attention to?
I've watched a few of his fights. I've been paying attention to the more recent ones, but as far as I see, he's just a very busy, durable guy.
Obviously, he's got some size to him. He's fought as heavy as cruiserweight.
I just lost.
Jeremy, that was my bad, Jeremy. I accidentally muted you. Please start the question.
No worries, it's all good. My question for you, Joe, was obviously he's got some size to him. He's fought as a cruiserweight before. How do you trump size with a fighter? How do you work around that?
Honestly, I like fighting bigger guys and taller guys. So I'm just gonna do what I do. Stay busy and use my jab and work my way inside.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. Joe, it looks like your video is off. So if I don't know if the reception where you are is not great, but if you can turn the video on, that would be greatly appreciated. I think the reporters would rather see you than them. Just a hunch there. So we will continue with Keith.
My video's on.
There we go. It says yes. Keith Eidick, please. Yeah, we're just getting a blank screen with you, Joe. But hey, if the video's not working, we can deal with the audio. So Keith Eidick, you should be unmuted. So please go ahead when ready, sir.
Oh, hey, Joe. Max Vlasov said on his portion of the call that anyone who underestimates him will be very surprised on Saturday night. What do you think just overall? I know you mentioned that he's a busy guy and a durable guy, but maybe how does he compare to some of the fighters that you fought recently, particularly elite level fighters like Alvarez and Dmitry Bivol?
Joe, Joe, you there, sir? I guess Joe Smith's having a minor technical issue. So
come on, Joe, killing us, Joe.
While we wait for him to rejoin us. Well, hold on 1 second. I see him back on. So give me 1 second, Keith. And then when he logs back on, please re-ask the question.
Sure.
So anyway, guys.
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
There you go, Joe.
Yes, sir.
We hear you, Joe.
He's re-asked that question.
I heard him. I just
beautiful.
I don't know what's.
Oh yeah, LDBC. Come on, Joe, with your Metro PCS.
Joe, can you hear us now? Well, while we wait for Joe to fix his technical issue, we got the other Joe. There we go, Joe. We can see you on video. Hold on 1 second, Joe. Stay right there, and please.
I'm not fighting you without no TV deal, nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you, dog?
Right there.
Well, he's got a lot of experience. He's he seems like all around good fighter. He's got good right hand, and compared to the other fighters I fought, I mean, I say he's up there. I don't underestimate him and his skill. Like I said, he has a lot of experience. So we're just gonna have to see what happens.
Thank you, Joe.
And thank you, Keith. We're gonna.
When the timing is right,
JR, please unmute.
Al Heyman will make the fight. You trying to fight?
Now, going off of your last fight that you had with Eleider Alvarez, did you think that was one of the best performances that you had in your career going into this fight for the WBO world title?
Yeah, they be in the gym, and those gyms be having weak reception.
Yes, I believe.
So you see him walking out the gym.
Definitely one of my best performances. He was an elite level guy. He was a former world champion, and I showed up and I dominated him.
Thank you, JR. Joe, Joe Smith, the video is a little choppy. So while we wait just to get that a little cleared up, Joe DeGuardia, Joe Smith just mentioned that he thought the Alvarez performance was sort of the peak of his career. In your opinion, was that the best you had ever seen, Joe, in the ring?
I don't fight off stream, dog.
You put everything together, you're looking from start to finish, the boxing, the punching, the pressure. Yes, I love the performance. I thought he did an excellent
Does
performance.
Floyd Mayweather fight off pay-per-view?
And it was from start to finish, and he dominated a guy who had never been dominated like that ever. Knocked out a guy that was a former world champ. I thought it was a great performance. I've been thrilled by a lot of performances by Joe because he's got that one punch knockout power. So, I like the Bernard fight, the knockout of the ring. I love the Fonfara fight. But, yeah, I think the Alvarez fight all together from soup to nuts, start to finish, was his top performance.
And that wasn't me.
Yeah, you mentioned the Fonfara fight, which was sort of
That was my son that was playing on my account. He backed out of the
I
fights.
think you and Ron Katz probably
I don't
weren't
duck
too
nothing.
surprised with the Fonfara fight, but he was Fonfara was a 30-1 favorite. People forget that going into that fight, and he was an underdog in the Hopkins fight as well, and so he upset the odds on both of those.
He was playing on my account,
which were obviously two of his best performances. We will get back to the questions here. Stephen Carreno.
I always tell him, don't play on my account.
And ask the question for either Mr. DeGuardia or Joe Smith when ready.
Hello, Joe Smith. Good to have you, man. Thank you for your time. With the mostly pound for pound consensus, Canelo kind of looming around 175, 168. Does that add anything extra to having a title at light heavyweight, knowing that you might get that call to fight the best fighter in the world, being that you have something that obviously he's going for with a title at 175?
Yeah, I mean, definitely everything that this title has to offer is, motivating. There's a lot of big fights out there once you get a belt. So, I'm really looking forward to securing this WBO World Championship so I can get those big fights.
Thank you, Stephen. And Crystal Hart, she has a question for Joe DeGuardia. Crystal, please unmute and ask the question for Joe DeGuardia when ready.
Okay, Joe, it's so great to see you and Lou DiBella. Made my day. But
This
what I
lady has
wanted
a
to
heart of
ask you
gold.
Is Maximum said he summarized Joe Smith as direct, simple, and predictable. What are your thoughts on that?
I love it. Joe is direct, simple, and predictable. He's predictable to be a thrilling, exciting fight. He's predictable to land that hammer right hand that he's got. And, I love that Joe, the fans know that when you're watching a Joe Smith fight, you can predict excitement, thrilling action, and the things that you want to see in a fighter. So those are the things that I look at as being predictable in Joe.
Thank you, Crystal, and I think, and very well said, Mr. DeGuardia. Ivan Montiel, please unmute and you have a question for Joe Smith, and go ahead when ready.
Hey, Joe Smith Jr., we're excited to see you back in the ring after your spectacular performance against Alvarez. So many still remember your win over Hopkins, and of course this most recent win over Alvarez. Pretty much you knocked out Alvarez out of the ring just like you did with Hopkins. So could we possibly see this again in your upcoming fight?
It's definitely something that's possible. I mean, I don't go in there looking for the knockout or always expecting the knockout, but this fight, I'm going in, with everything I got. I'm going to give it my best, and if I could get him out of there, I'm definitely going to do that.
Well, thank you, Ivan, and we will wrap it up. No need for 3-hour conference call. We keep it short and sweet here at Top Rank. But before we go, I want the final thoughts.
Matchroom got a 3-hour motherfucker one tomorrow.
I know you've
not looking
you've
forward
been
to
around
it.
a lot of camps with Joe Smith. You've been through the broken jaws and everything. What have you seen from him in this camp? I mean, you obviously, he's your guy. You seem confident, but what especially have you seen from Joe Smith in this camp that makes you confident that the WBO title will be his come Saturday?
I see everything coming together as it has the whole, past year and a half. The Hart fight, the Alvarez fight, and this is the culmination, and we keep building upon it. And Joe, I think, is right there mentally, physically. He's at his peak, and I saw it in this camp as well. He's got great people working with him. I know Capobianco has been working very hard with him, and I'm hearing great things. And I think Joe's just there mentally, physically. He's at the top of his game.
Thank you, Joe DeGuardia. Joe Smith, for your final thoughts. I did want to ask you, you can fold this into your final thoughts. Long Island and New York City and the whole Metroplex, has been crushed with snow, 12, 18 inches these last couple of weeks. In the last portion of camp, how have you sort of dealt with the unintended weather and Mother Nature as you finished your final stages of camp?
Couple extra hours of training by and exercise by shoveling, so that was good. got a good arm and back and leg workout, shoveling all this snow.
I think after Joe, after you win the title, you
Showtime Zooms are number one.
Right?
No, I don't mind it. I enjoy being out there and shoveling the snow. Gives me an excuse to play in it.
And Joe,
Jamal Charlo had a DeLorean in his living room.
So give us your final thoughts as you're 24 hours away from flying out west for your world title shot.
No, just as Joe was saying, and my trainer Jerry Cap, I'm in the best shape of my life, physically and mentally prepared, and very motivated to put on a great show and take home that belt. It's what I've been training for. This is my second opportunity, had a world title, and, I just want to secure that belt this time and bring it home.
Well, I believe
everyone could just go out there and give it my best.
I believe, and I don't have my numbers, I believe if you do so, you'll be the fourth male boxer from Long Island to bring home a world title. Buddy McGirt, Chris Algieri, and I'm forgetting one, so my apologies to whoever I'm forgetting. So you would make a little history if you do so on Saturday night. Thank you, Joe Smith. Thank you, Joe DeGuardia, for joining us on this portion of the call. Just a reminder to everybody, Jamel Herring. Jamel Herring is the other world title. How did I forget Jamel Herring, a top-ranked fighter, as the other Long Islander to have won a world title? My apologies, Jamel Herring. Hopefully he does not see that. Jamel Herring was the other one. So again, reminder to everybody, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific time on ESPN Saturday night with Smith-Vlasov and Commey-Marinez. And then at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have a bunch of great fights on ESPN Plus. So thank you again, everybody, for joining us today. And we will see you at the press conference Thursday, weigh-in Friday, fight night Saturday. Again, thank you. And we'll see you then. Cheers.
All right, that was a good way to get the blood boiling, right? To start off a fucking, a boxing season, right? Right? Here, this shit is really bright. So let me tone shit down a little bit. Tone shit down. Let's talk. All right, man. So what's up with y'all? We got a lot of boxing coming. I guess we should run through the boxing schedule real quick, right? We've been live for 1 hour and 36 minutes for... It's okay for us to say that some Zoom calls be trash. Not trash, I'm always blessed to have the opportunity. But boy, was that shit boring, man. I'm yawning like a motherfucker. Bro, but hey, that's what you gotta do. Gotta pay your dues. I had to pay my dues. Right? That's what we do. Let me tell you something. I used to have to sit through... Before Zooms, before COVID, I used to have to sit through Miguel Cotto media calls. Imagine going to a Miguel Cotto press conference, not for him to say shit. Bro. I remember one Miguel Cotto press conference when he fought Saddam Ali. And I went with DJ Notion. And poor DJ Notion, he flew all the way from motherfucking Puerto Rico for his girl to break up with him. So we went, and I was going through some shit too. We went to Jimmy's Corner and drunk our sorrows away, and then met Harold Letterman at Sabero's or something. Ended up being fucked up, going to the Miguel Cotto Saddam Ali press conference, chilled with Alberto Machado for a little bit. Then motherfucking Miguel Cotto, the chicken neck dude, the chicken. Oh, I got some stories. I ended up getting the super flu before COVID. 2 months later, I'm in a coma. Crazy shit. I was supposed to be at Cotto versus Saddam Ali, but I touched like a railing or something in New York and I got the super flu. But long story, this was before COVID. Jimmy's Corner. Was it Jimmy's Corner? That's what it's called. It was in the daytime too. We got fucked up. Like, we stumbled into that press conference, and like we was in like the VIP section in like the Madison Square Garden. You know, because DJ Notion is some fucking super powerful DJ down in Puerto Rico. You know, they got the little Puerto Rico jams and shit. Poor man flew all the way over here for his girlfriend to break up with him. That bitch. Anyway, all right. Hold on. What were we doing? We were checking out the boxing schedule. Hold on. Don't get me distracted. But yeah, we back. So tomorrow is a 3-hour Zoom call for Matchroom. Let me tell you who's on that motherfucker. Tomorrow's a 3-hour Zoom call, bro, and we be here. I be on all them joints. I just be sitting here just smoking pot, just like listening in, just like, you know, this is my life. This is what I've asked for. So tomorrow is the Josh Warrington, Mauricio Lara, Zafar Barrett, Kiko Martinez, Lee Wood, Reese, and they all going for like a half hour. Ugh. Christ. But see, this is what I get for not covering Ioka versus Tanaka. So this is me punishing myself this week. You know, I was supposed to cover it and buy the Austin Trout fight. That was supposed to be the ultimate punishment. Masochist shit. Also, here, let me pull up the boxing schedule and shut the fuck up. All right, hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. We'll be able to do it that way. All right, let's do it this way. So it's going to be busy, mates. It's going to be busy. So this is Dan Rayfield site, Fight Freaks Unite. But he has the best boxing schedule on the web. So here's what we got this weekend, right? We got Jojo Diaz returning versus Rakhimov for his IBF mandatory. Patrick Teixeira versus Brian Castano, the fight of the weekend. If Teixeira wins, the rumor is Teixeira and Golden Boy have a backdoor agreement with Tim Tszyu and No Limit Boxing, their team over in the UK, in Australia, to fight. But if Brian Castano wins, he's surely going to be fighting Charlo. Ronnie Rios versus Oscar Negrete. Shane Mosley Jr. versus Christian Oreires. Background Motrazaria versus Morgan Fitch. Oh, Morgan Fitch from the Contender. Season 2 or 3 or 4 or whatever. Anyway, you got that card, right? Then you got the card we just did that Zoom for. Joe Smith Jr. versus Maxim Vlasov for the vacant WBO 175-pound title. The one that Canelo beat up the no-good woman beater Sergey Kovalev for. Richard Comey returns after being sparked out by Teofimo Lopez against Jackson Marinez, the guy who should have gotten the win over that Rulli guy, but he got robbed. Adam Lopez versus Jason Sanchez. Jared Big Baby Anderson versus Kingsley eBay. Carlos Adames returns. Then you also have this other card midday on the Zone. Josh Warrington versus Mauricio Lara. Remember, Josh Warrington has dropped his featherweight 126-pound title. He is targeting Gary Russell. I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. The next week, right? Next week, Miguel Burchell versus Oscar Valdez gets my nipples hard. Ooh. Hell yeah, I beat that motherfucking case, but we're not talking about that right now, bro. I got to get back on my boxing shit. It's not about beating something that you were innocent of. I was fucking vindicated. Anyway, Miguel Burchell versus Oscar Valdez. Ooh, that is very, very seductive. Gabriel Flores returns versus Jason Velez. You got the Falco brother versus Arthur the Wolverine Akavov. They got the Wolverine. Remember the Wolverine who gave Billy Joe Saunders hell? That's him. He on the top rank card next week. Xander Zayas on that joint. Sonny Kanto. Oh, these cards looking a little all right. You got Adrian Broner versus Giovanni Santiago. Robert Easter versus Ryan Martin. Otto Wallin versus Dominic Brazil. How do you like that card? I like that card. But people been bitching about it. Yeah, my lawyer's a fucking animal, dog. I had to tell him, yo, he need to be caged. Like, he was letting them have it. Like, I was like, bro. Like, heal, damn it, heal. He just wouldn't do it, yo. He was all slobbering at the mouth and shit. But anyway, I like that Broner card. Maybe because Broner's always going to have a special place in my heart, you know? But that's just me. David Evanescence versus Josh Kelly. They've been trying to make that shit fucking longest. Yeah, I don't care about the rest of that card, so I'm not even going to mention the rest of that. I don't care about that. Ew. And then a week after that, Canelo back. And they got the Chinaman on the card, too. Ooh, you can say Chinaman. Chinaman's not bigot shit, right? It's jab. You can't say jab. Chinaman, is that bigot? Is that bigotry? No. Be honest. Can you say? Is Chinaman? Oh, well, is Chinaman racially insensitive? I would think it would be, right? Well, anyway, moving on. Well, no disrespect. So we're just not going to just say anything. We're going to say, is he even Chinese or is he Japanese? Oh Lord, Zhang Zhili, that's Chinese, right? Oh, man, I'm off to the wrong foot. All right, cool. Japanese, no Chinese. All right, cool. Yeah, wasn't him and Felix. I covered his last fight. Shut up. I covered his last fight, and wasn't him and Felix Hergovitz on the same card, and they was talking shit to each other in their post-fight press shit. Damn. I hope I'm not no bigot. I don't like no bigots, man. I don't like no bigots. But what if I'm a bigot and I don't know it? Damn, I don't think I'm a bigot. All right, well, anyway, moving on. Also, you got Joseph Parker versus Junior Fa. Yo, listen, it's busy, dogs. Look how busy it is these next few weeks. We got cards on top of cards every weekend, even if some of them are like lackluster, like this Evanescence, Josh Kelly, you know. But still, nonetheless, we got some nice shit mixed in here. You know, Jamil Herring versus Carl Frampton the same day as Canelo versus Yildirim. But I imagine Canelo versus Yildirim may come on in the daytime to, you know, accommodate for UK audiences. Oh, no, wait. Herring versus Frampton's in the daytime for us here in the States because that's over in London in the BT Sports Studios, right? You got Anthony Durrell versus Caron Davis. Ew. Well, let's see what they do with that. Let's see. Let me not eel that yet. Let me not get at the ill factor yet. The next weekend, March the 5th and 6th, is looking pretty tight. It's pretty busy, yo. I'm really happy to be back. Had a lot of shit going on, man. Had that fucking trial. 2 days. But yeah, we back. You know, so a couple good weekends, a couple not good, consistent weekends. The traffic is going to be flowing back around here again, you know, but I just hate it. I hate when I go I'll have like super momentum and then I'll just fall off and just be like, you know, but that'd be me though. It'd be a lot of shit going on. But now I got, I'm bringing on a channel editor. He's been around for a long time, like a channel manager. So therefore, all I got to do is do the videos and he's going to just put them all out. You know, my other old shit, Mikey. I gotta message Mikey. I'm bringing back I'm bringing the band back together in a big way, and you know, I'm just relieving myself of a lot of like responsibilities that I was having. Like I was having to do a lot of shit myself, you know. So having somebody edit the videos, having somebody upload the videos, having people doing all different roles. That way, I can, you know, get more videos out, right? You know, that's the goal. And I want to take over the late night. I think we're going to have a real, you know, good late night show. You know, that's what I'm going for. By the way, I did watch Boxing in the Mob. I can't wait to do my video on it. I'm kind of hype about it. I have it. I downloaded that shit. I put that shit on my cloud. Boxing in the Mob. But anyway, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to get up out of here, going to make some lunch because we've been live for an hour and a half. And tomorrow, as I said, we're going to be here for another stream. And then we're getting these videos out. You know? We're getting these videos out. That 3-hour Zoom call tomorrow for Matchroom, that's kind of triggering me. That's going to be... What time is that? Oh, no, it's going to be early in the morning, too, because it's the UK, right? Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, no. Let's see what time that is. 3 p.m. UK time, so track 5 hours. Oh, no. I'm going to be here from 10 a.m. Oh, no. But we got to do it. This is what I get. This is what I get for not covering those fights in December. This is what I get. This is what I got to do to punish myself. Shit. I'm streaming everything this week. I'm streaming balls to the wall this week. I'm going to stream in probably like a couple hours, to be honest with you. Yeah, the Matchroom joints be 3 hours, man. 3 hours long. It's listed at 3 hours, so it means it can go 4. It's from 3:30 to 6. No, 3 p.m. to 6. Josh Warrington comes on at 3 p.m. The last one is Dalton Smith at 5:30 p.m. By that time, it'd be like me and like 2 other people left on the Zoom. It'll start off with like 20. And by the time that time comes, when Dalton Smith get on there, it'd be just me and a few other people. And I'm there. I'm just there. I'm zoned out. I'm not even uploading the shit at that time. Just, but whatever. All right. Let's get back. Oh yeah. And also, is this still a thing? Do I got to do like a Wilder video to get the blood pumping around here? Is that what people doing? AB fighting next Saturday. No, they moved it back a week. It was supposed to be the 13th, but they moved it to the 20th to secure the opponent. So is that what I got to do? I got to do a Wilder video? They got to do some glove shit to get like get the people around? Is that still a thing? Do I got to do I've been out the loop a little bit. Do I got to do an Errol Spence Terrence Crawford video? On who's ducking who? Will I get the view? Get the traffic going? What's the new shit? Ooh, the Mark Breland shit. I need to watch me some of that shit, right? The Mark Breland and the MTK paid Mark Breland the poison. Deontay Wilder. That's the shit. That's the scam. I want some of that super chat. I want some of the super chat. I gotta watch it. I haven't watched the interview yet. Oh, I want to watch it. Oh, that's what I'm doing. I gotta go make some lunch. Let me see if I can find it. I haven't watched it yet. Hold up. Oh boy, I'm gonna have a field day with this shit. Who's this? I'm gonna have a field day with this shit. Oh no. Oh no. Bro, I'm about to have a field day with this shit. You know my man Spencer Farron, I have contacts with him. He was the one that offered me the Sky Sports Toe to Toe podcast gig. I couldn't take it because they had that legal case open. Oh no. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm about to drop some shit on y'all. I'm gonna go make lunch, and this is gonna be playing. I'm gonna have a field day with this.
He never had no water around him. That's enough. You don't need to talk no more. And the reason why you don't need to talk no more is because we're diminishing it.
All right. This is what we gonna do. I haven't watched this yet. I just want to dive deep into the comments and everything. I mean, if somebody's saying, if somebody's accusing you of fucking poisoning them, you got to defend your fucking self, man. The shit got out of control. I'm glad he's saying something now. So which means that did some type of contract expire? NDA or something? Because I'm hearing he was real vocal on this joint.
Man. To be honest, I could be there for you, Joshua.
Repeat that again. See, please, one more time.
I could be that from Joshua.
Is that what? So, Mr. Freedom,
Listen,
so you believe?
I'm
Go ahead.
being straight honest. Here's a guy who doesn't have a jab at all, and yeah.
Wait. What the fuck is going on? Who is he? Wait. Did he just say he can beat Anthony Joshua? Wait, what's going on? Somebody tell me right now. I demand answers. What's going on in this thing? Did he just say that? Is this like a joke that I got to watch the whole thing to get the context? Or is he talking about Wilder when he's saying this? Let me rewind back. I don't know if I want to watch this, man.
And
yes.
People not, he can get you frustrated just by talking if you're not strong.
Yes. Do you think that will work with Anthony Joshua? And how do you see that fight going?
To be honest, I could be there for Joshua.
What the? Yeah, why y'all telling me to watch this? I don't want to watch this, man. And my feelings going to be hurt. You know, I'm a person. I got feelings too. Because it seems like this old man's talking crazy shit. Like, is this one of them things where he said like valid points, but then he said like some crazy ass shit right there? Because listen, I got to be honest with you. This is my first time watching it. And for me to click a random ass scene like that and to hear that, it makes me not want to watch this shit. No, bro. I don't want to watch it no more. We go, look what the fuck he just said. Listen. How am I supposed to take any of this shit seriously now? So did somebody spike his drink? Is he drinking some of the tainted water? The old people shit? That's what it's looking like. Oh, bro. Boxing is peculiar as fuck, man. Boxing is peculiar as fuck. I don't even know where to start. This shit is hilarious. Is there another? Let's go to another random scene.
Look what he did to Canal.
Cream. But we heard of a story. Floyd said that when he was younger, he boxed Canelo.
No.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at these comments. Look at these super chats. Lady Chundi some season. Why did it take Wilder 9 months to fire you if it was about you throwing in the towel? And how doesn't AJ have a jab? Does Wilder? Whoa. This was some crazy shit the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah. And he used the jab one time in that fight with Stefan. And that was it. You think, his whole thing is, his motto is, you gotta be perfect for 12 rounds.
Yes. So basically, that's why. And also, another.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna take my time out and watch all of this. But yeah, remember he did win the Bermain Severn fight, the first one. We was like, oh, he can box. He got a jab. And then after that, he was just using it as a rangefinder. But, the shit is true. If he touch you with that shit, people be going down. But my personal opinion, and I'm going to talk about it in the video, I don't know how Deontay Wilder recovers from this. Like, I don't think he wants to fight anymore. And especially if the rumors are true, which I don't know if the rumors are true that, he wants a certain amount of money to fight Charles Martin. And me, honestly, I would have championed the Charles Martin fight. I like Charles Martin. He's a former champion. Shit. My opinion, though. My opinion. So, and I just feel like I like Deontay Wilder, man. I don't like this shit that's been going on. Let me tell you something. before I really got into boxing media, like I was a Deontay Wilder guy. I was still like all that shit with Brazil and all that, Luis Ortiz. I was like, yeah. Like, you know, when he met Tyson Fury, I was like, damn, because I was always a Tyson Fury guy too. But then once this shit happened, it's like, damn, they really fucked up Deontay Wilder rep. They really fucked up Deontay Wilder reputation. You know? And then he egged it on. If he didn't come out and do that bullshit video he did with that fucking piano soft-ass music shit, it's just like, bro, really? Fucking young Pharaoh, start this shit, you run with it. But anyway, we're going to be back a little bit later on. How about some fight night later on? How about that? Let me go cook, though. And I gotta get these videos out every day. Like, that's one thing for sure is, like, it's too much shit going on, and we got fights piling up. We're trying to get to 2 Australian fights I got to work on. And Donnell, man, we got to talk. It's a lot of shit going on. So I'm just glad that this is done. You know, so I'm going to redo all of this sometime this weekend, maybe next weekend, you know, just make sure everything's all in, you know, in order. I'm going to see you guys later on. And yes, this is not done yet. I got to